So this is the first song written for bass that you, and that must have inspired you to just keep on going.
Well, it's a funny story. When I was first coming up with that concept, it was it kind of came out of my years with Ricky for this reason. We were on tour with Bruce Hornsby, and Ricky and Bruce had this crazy collaborative show that they still do from time to time. And I had showed, we were on this music cruise called KUNM, and I had shown Bruce a few songs that I was writing at the time, kind of before all this, and I just asked him, like, do you mind if I pick your brain a little bit, talk about songwriting and artistry and all these things, and so he listened to a few things I was working on at the time, and he's like, man, there's nothing wrong with it, you sound fine, it's all fine, but it's just not interesting at all, and so I was like, it's like, man, you're right, and he was encouraging too. It was like, he's like, you just have all these musical tools you're not using, and you just have to dig deeper and find something more interesting and unique and something that really only you can offer. And that conversation, it actually just led me to, like, what is the best thing that I could do? What's my best instrument? What do I have that's the most compelling in my arsenal? And so I tried writing on this, and that was the first song that I had written. And I sent it to Bruce, and he called me later and was like, man, you did it, like, you really did it. And so it was encouraging and kind of, you have feedback from your own heart as far as, like, this feels like a direction, and so I was receiving that internally, and then receiving it from other people like that I respect, and peers of mine in town. It's like, okay, people are responding to this in a way that nothing I had done before garnered a response, so it was definitely encouraging.
Yeah, I would think so. It just gave you more to go on with.
Well, and the nice thing about the concept is that it's still so sparse and open for other elements to be added on top of that, or you could take that core sound of bass and a voice and take it so many directions, which I have all the plans in the world to do. So
I mentioned before we went on air that I was checking out some of your videos online, and I saw the one because let me just say, I heard you doing Diamonds
on the Soles of Her Shoes.
Yes. What you claimed, you said it. Is it still your most favorite song of all time?
It's pretty much up there. Yeah. Well, that's the Graceland album. Paul Simon's Graceland album is one of my. I would say, if there's one favorite album, that's it. And especially kind of when I discovered it when I was a teenager. It was like in my dad's CD collection, and so it made me think in a whole different way, because the bass lines are so cool and so unique, and the whole musical mashup of, like, South African styles with Cajun music, and which I didn't understand at the time, it was just this crazy sound to me. I was like, I never heard anything like it, and so yeah, that's high on the list of favorite songs, favorite albums.
I was wondering how you came upon it, because it came out when you were rather young. And like you
before
said,
I was born, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. That was in your father's collection. Wow. And the woman who sings that on the video with you, Alana Boudreau, it's a wonderful collaboration.
Oh, she's an amazing artist, and she has her own. Alana Boudreau is her name. Her own several great albums, and I've been honored to be a part of some of those, playing bass on some of her stuff as well.
So Himalayas is your first album?
It is my first album of this kind of concept. Yeah, so I had released something in like 2011 that none of you will ever hear. And a couple, a duo collaboration with another friend in Nashville, and a different EP. So I've made records in the past, but I kind of took a step back from all of it at some point to reassess and really find something that was me, that was really me, and that'll still evolve. But I'm glad I was able to kind of say, you know what, all these things I've done in the past, it's not like I regret any of it, but it's just not, it doesn't land to me. And so what do I really have to offer? And that's what this album represents, in the first step of that, really. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
One other video, you played with Stephen Day, who I wasn't familiar with.
Yeah.
It was, you both of you together were doing James Taylor's How Sweet
Yeah.
It Is.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was so sweet. Trading off vocals, and he was guitar, right?
He's playing guitar, yeah. He's a really great, talented guy.
So is he on tour? I saw his name on one of the tour dates.
He was on the first, so we're on the Himalayas tour because this is my album tour, and he was on the first leg of that, which was in January and February. We did about 14 shows together, something like that. So he's a good friend, and he actually just came out with some new music as well. So that's one thing I love about the community in Nashville. There's just so many talented, great people to write with, tour with, work with, and just be friends. You know, so it's yeah, I love Steven, and that was a fun little collaboration. I bet we'll do more in the future.
Yeah, it's lovely together. Both of you
Thank
have
you.
such beautiful voices.
Well, you know what's crazy is James Taylor actually found that video and
Oh, really?
And shared it on his page.
Did he say it's his favorite
I'm
cover?
sure it's
That
not his
sounds-
favorite. It can't be his favorite. But it's but you know, and this was on his on James Taylor's Facebook page, or something like that. But it just said, you know, here's a sweet cover of How Sweet It Is for Your Thursday, or something just lighthearted like that. But I about, you know, dropped dead when I saw that. So, yeah, so it's wild with the internet, like what finds its way where, you know, like somebody posted this thing yesterday. Somebody found the song Himalayas from my Tiny Desk concert, and this guy lives in India, and he sent me a long message that said, it was so sweet. He's like, man, I'm a dancer, but I just kind of lost interest, but I heard your song and it made me want to dance again. And he sent me this video, and he's like doing this killer, like, I don't know if it's improvised or if it's, you know, something he worked up, or but, you know, like an interpretive kind of dance to Himalayas. So I'll take it. You know, you can't predict.
You know,
where
some
it's
of the
gonna
positives of social media, where you get to hear
Yeah.
this feedback and you don't know who the heck you're reaching.
It's true. It's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, and there surely that's the people you hear from. So surely there are people that you don't hear from, but it still meant something to you. You know. Yeah.
So if you're just joining us, this is Freeform. My name is Carol Boss, and this afternoon, Scott Mulvahill, Mulvahill, is joining us. He is performing this evening. Concerts is putting him on tonight in Santa Fe, and tonight in Albuquerque, and tomorrow night in Santa Fe. In fact, we're going to have a couple of tickets to give away.
Yes. It could be you.
It could be you. One ticket for the Cooperage tonight, and one ticket for the gig, and maybe you'll have a friend who will want to come along. So anyway, Cooperage, 7220 Lomas Boulevard Northeast. It's 7:30 this evening. Doors open at 6 o'clock. And you can go to hold my ticket, 505-886-1251, to purchase tickets. And you can also go to ampconcerts.org. Tomorrow night at the gig in Santa Fe, and they are at same phone number, same website to get tickets, hold my ticket. And they're at 1808 2nd Street, Suite H in Santa Fe.
You know, and I'll say too, like one thing I love about live shows is like just being with all the people there. You know, so I kind of envision it as a communal kind of experience. You know, so it's like I love talking to people before and after shows, and kind of like I'm a pretty social creature, if you couldn't tell. And so it's like I just like to involve the audience and talk to the audience even during the show. Like it's like I always try to have fun at the shows for everyone's sake. You know, it's like I think if you come, you'll enjoy yourselves.
So Scott, I have to I must actually play a couple of announcements. So let me do that. And then we'll go into the next song. You have time?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Every time you set this up, it's like a little different.
Okay, in the studio with me is Scott Mulvahill, and he's got his upright bass here, playing tonight at Cooperage, and got another song for us.
Sure do.
What is it?
Do you think we'll do one more, two more? What you?
Let's see when this one ends.
Yeah.
I gotta watch the time carefully.
Okay. Let me play you the title track then.
Himalayas.
Himalayas. Yeah. And this one kind of, you know, the whole album has like a theme of facing fears and kind of like finding yourself and becoming more. And so this song kind of summed up a lot of that for me, and I that's why it's the title track. Yeah, I've never actually been to the Himalayas, but someday.